The older I get, the more I realize that strength isn't just about lifting heavy things. It's about lifting yourself out of bed, out of fear, back into life. And that kind of strength starts in the kitchen. It's not found in supplements. It doesn't come from fads. It grows slowly with every quiet, nourishing bite. For those of us over 60, muscle isn't just about appearance. It's about protection, mobility, confidence. It's what lets us garden with our grandkids, carry groceries without wobbling, or get up from the couch without hesitation. But here's the challenge. As we age, our muscles lose their ability to rebuild easily. It's not just aging, it's chemistry, it's biology, and it can be reversed, but only if we give our bodies what they're missing. And that's what this video is all about. We're going to explore 10 natural foods, not just packed with nutrients, but also gentle to digest, easy to find, and rooted in real life. Foods that help rebuild what time has taken away. And in this version, we're starting with some you may not expect, from tofu and lentils to pumpkin seeds and spinach. Because strength doesn't just come from meat, it comes from understanding. You'll also learn how to choose the freshest version, store it the right way, and even reuse parts you'd normally throw away, like shells or stems, to care for your garden, reduce waste, and pass along a greener world to the people you love. This isn't just about nutrition. It's about a way of living, a way of respecting the earth and the body you've lived in all these years. So if you're ready, let's begin. Tofu, the strength of stillness. Tofu doesn't shout for attention. It doesn't need to. It's soft, it's simple. And yet, in its silence, there's strength. For centuries, monks in China have made tofu a daily part of their meals. Not because it's trendy, but because it fuels something deeper than muscle. It fuels discipline, focus, longevity. These monks, men who rise before the sun, who train their bodies and still their minds, don't eat to impress. They eat to function, to move with power, and to live in balance. And tofu plays a quiet but vital role in that. Made from soybeans, tofu is rich in plant-based protein, but what makes it special is isoflavones, natural compounds that help balance hormones, especially in older adults. As we age, hormone shifts can weaken muscles, but isoflavones help slow that loss. They act like messengers, reminding the body to keep building, keep maintaining, keep standing strong. Tofu is also packed with iron, calcium, and magnesium, essential minerals for energy, bone health, and muscle recovery. And it's gentle on the stomach, making it perfect for seniors who want to stay strong without upsetting their digestion. Now when you shop, look for organic, non-GMO tofu, preferably made with whole soybeans. Check the texture. Silken is great for smoothies, desserts. Firm or extra firm is best for grilling, stir-frying, or baking. Once opened, store it in a container of water in the fridge. Change the water daily. That keeps it fresh for up to 5 days. And if you ever press your tofu before cooking, don't throw out the water. Let it cool and pour it at the base of your garden plants. It's mild, nitrogen-rich, and adds life to your soil. Tofu is proof that power doesn't always come from loudness. Sometimes it comes from stillness, from intention, from eating with care, not just for ourselves, but for the world we leave behind. 2. Cottage cheese, the nighttime healer. Some foods don't need a story, but cottage cheese, it carries many. In Eastern Europe, generations grew up eating it with rye bread and herbs, not for fashion, but for strength. In the US, it became a staple among athletes and elders alike, praised for how gently it delivers nutrition, especially at night. Cottage cheese is simple, humble, and quietly powerful. It's one of the richest natural sources of casein protein, a slow-digesting fuel that supports muscle recovery while you sleep. As we age, nighttime becomes a time of vulnerability. Muscle breakdown speeds up, sleep gets lighter, recovery becomes harder. But a bowl of cottage cheese before bed? It works while you rest. Casein releases amino acids slowly, feeding your muscles throughout the night, like a quiet nurse tending to your body while your mind drifts away. It's also packed with calcium, supporting bone strength and steady nerve function, and vitamin B12, essential for energy and mental clarity the next morning. If you're watching your sodium, look for low-sodium varieties, or rinse lightly under cool water before eating. Now, when choosing cottage cheese, go for those with few ingredients: milk, enzymes, salt, and no added thickeners or gums. Pair it with fresh berries, sliced peaches, or even a few almonds. Drizzle a touch of honey for sweetness, or add ground flaxseed for extra fiber and omega-3s. Store it in the fridge, tightly sealed, and consume within 5 to 7 days. And here's something old-fashioned but clever. If you grow herbs like dill or basil at home, mix a handful into your cottage cheese. It's how grandmothers in Poland and Ukraine added flavor without waste. The whey left in the tub? Don't pour it down the sink. Use it to water your plants. It's light, rich in minerals, and helps nourish soil gently. Another way to turn nourishment into a gift for yourself and for the world around you. Cottage cheese doesn't pretend to be fancy, but it does something many foods can't. It helps you heal while you rest. That perhaps is the most underrated kind of strength there is. Pumpkin seeds, the muscle seeds in your drawer. Sometimes the smallest things make the biggest difference. Pumpkin seeds don't take up much space. You might even have a bag shoved somewhere in your pantry right now. But inside these little seeds lives a kind of quiet power that can change how your body recovers and stays strong as you age. Pumpkin seeds are rich in magnesium, a mineral that most seniors don't get enough of. And that's not just a small detail. Magnesium is essential for helping your muscles contract and relax properly. Without it, tension builds, cramps creep in, fatigue comes faster. But when your magnesium levels are balanced, you feel it. Your steps feel lighter, your legs ache less, you breathe easier and deeper. And that's not all. Pumpkin seeds also bring zinc, which supports immune health, and iron, which helps deliver oxygen to your muscles, the fuel behind your strength and energy. They're also a good source of plant-based protein and healthy fats, making them a perfect small but mighty snack. Now here's the part that most people miss. It's not just what you eat, it's how you choose it. When buying pumpkin seeds, look for raw or dry roasted, unsalted, shell on if possible. They contain more fiber. If you buy them in bulk, store them in an airtight jar in the fridge. They can last for weeks without losing their crunch or nutrients. And don't throw away the shells if you remove them. Dry and crush them, then mix into your soil or compost. They add texture and gentle minerals to help plants grow. It's a small act, but one that teaches your grandkids. Nothing in nature has to go to waste. Want to make pumpkin seeds part of your day? Sprinkle them on Greek yogurt. Add them to oatmeal. Toss them into a salad, or just keep a handful in your pocket for your evening walk. You don't need a lot, you just need consistency. That's the power of something so small. And while these tiny seeds care for your muscles, the next food on our list might just surprise you. It's gentle, earthy, and has fueled warriors for thousands of years. Let's keep going. Lentils, strength passed down through generations. In many parts of the world, strength wasn't born from meat. It came from something humbler, something that grew from dry earth, was cooked slowly over fire, and passed from hand to hand in clay bowls. Lentils. From India to the Middle East, from North Africa to the Mediterranean, lentils have fueled families, farmers, and warriors for thousands of years. They weren't just food, they were security, energy, endurance in a pot. Today, they're still one of the most powerful plant-based foods you can eat, especially as you get older. Lentils are packed with protein, which helps repair and maintain your muscles. They're rich in iron, which delivers oxygen through your blood, so your legs don't feel heavy and your body doesn't wear down so quickly. They're also full of fiber, which helps stabilize blood sugar, a quiet key to sustained energy and a calm heart rate. And they're affordable, easy to cook, easy to season, and they hold their shape, even after hours on the stove. You can make a big batch, refrigerate for days, and serve them warm or cold, in soups, salads, or on their own. Want something simple? Boil with garlic, bay leaf, and a pinch of salt. Add a drizzle of olive oil before serving. That's it. Power in a spoon. When shopping, choose dry lentils over canned for better texture and less sodium. Green, brown, or red, they all have their strengths. Store them in glass jars in a cool, dry place. They'll stay fresh for months. And here's something to teach your grandkids. After soaking lentils, the leftover water, cloudy and rich with starch, can be used to water garden plants. It nourishes the soil. Because even the water that held the strength still holds something to give. We often look far for complex solutions, but sometimes the answer is a bowl of lentils on a quiet evening. Gentle, comforting, strong. And what comes next on this journey? Something ancient, something sacred. A grain so powerful it contains all the building blocks your muscles crave. Let's keep going. Quinoa, tiny grain, total strength. It's funny how something so small can carry so much power. Quinoa isn't loud. It doesn't try to impress. It just delivers. This ancient grain was once called the gold of the Incas, and it's easy to see why. In times of war, drought, or hunger, quinoa kept people moving, climbing mountains, carrying generations forward. But here's what makes quinoa different. It's a complete protein. That means it contains all 9 essential amino acids that your body can't make on its own, but your muscles need every day. Those 9? Here they are. Leucine triggers muscle growth and recovery. Isoleucine supports endurance and immune health. Valine helps with energy during physical activity. Lysine assists in calcium absorption and tissue repair. Methionine protects joints and supports metabolism. Phenylalanine helps produce hormones for focus and mood. Threonine supports muscle elasticity and gut health. Tryptophan promotes restful sleep and emotional balance. Histidine, critical for repairing tissues and protecting nerve cells. That's not a vitamin bottle. That's a spoon of quinoa. And beyond protein, quinoa offers iron, magnesium, fiber, and antioxidants. A perfect blend for rebuilding strength, regaining stamina, and supporting joint and heart health. Now, not all quinoa is the same. When shopping, look for organic tricolor or red quinoa. These tend to hold more antioxidants and have a nuttier flavor. Rinse it before cooking. This removes saponins, a natural coating that can make it bitter. Store dry quinoa in airtight jars away from heat. And if you've cooked extra, let it cool and freeze in portions. It warms up beautifully in the pan with just a splash of broth. And here's a quiet ritual to try at home. Take the water you rinse quinoa with, rich in trace minerals, and pour it over your garden herbs. It teaches something powerful. Even the parts we rinse away still carry life. You can serve quinoa in salads, grain bowls, soups, or even as a warm breakfast porridge with cinnamon and berries. What it gives you isn't just nutrition. It's quiet fuel, deep nourishment, a sense of vitality that sneaks in gently and stays with you. And if one grain can do all that, just imagine what's waiting next. 6. Almonds, the crunch that cares for your muscles. Some foods feel like a whisper, others like a quiet promise. Almonds don't shout, but every time you bite into one, your body hears something important. I've got your back. These crunchy little seeds, yes, they're technically seeds, not nuts, are packed with vitamin E, a powerful antioxidant that protects your muscle cells from damage caused by age and inflammation. When you move, exercise, or even stretch, your muscles go through tiny stressors. That's normal. But with age, your body doesn't repair as fast. Vitamin E helps slow that wear and tear. Like a shield that says, take your time, I'll protect you. Almonds are also rich in magnesium, which helps muscles contract smoothly and prevents cramps, a common complaint among seniors. And let's not forget the plant-based protein and healthy fats that fuel recovery and keep you full between meals. Now, when choosing almonds, go for raw or dry roasted, unsalted, and if possible, California grown. Known for quality and clean farming. Store them in an airtight jar in a cool, dark place. Or keep a small bag in your pocket during walks, a gentle reward with every step. But here's the secret most people don't know. You can soak almonds overnight. It softens their texture, makes them easier to digest, and even unlocks more nutrients. Try it once, your stomach might say thank you. And those almond skins you peel off, let them dry. Add them to compost or mix into flower pots. They return to the soil as quietly as they once crunched in your hand. Almonds are more than a snack. They're a habit of self-respect, of care. And if a handful of almonds can do this much, just wait until you meet the food that powers your recovery while you sleep. Let's keep going. 7. Whey Protein Powder, the secret signal your muscles need. It sounds like something for gym rats or bodybuilders, not grandparents, not you. But what if I told you that one scoop of whey protein powder might be the quietest, most powerful signal your muscles have been waiting for? You see, as we get older, our muscles stop responding to food the same way. They don't hear the signal to rebuild as clearly. It's called anabolic resistance, and it's why you might be eating well, but still feeling weaker. That's where whey protein comes in. Whey is one of the fastest absorbing sources of protein on Earth, and it's packed with leucine, an amino acid that literally tells your muscles, wake up, grow, heal. For people over 60, that message matters more than ever. Studies show that seniors who consume 20 to 30 grams of whey protein after light resistance training see better muscle growth than those who rely on food alone. And you don't have to do anything extreme. Just adding a scoop of clean, unsweetened whey to your breakfast smoothie or mixing it with water after a walk can be enough. The key is consistency, not intensity. So how do you choose the right whey? Look for low sugar or unsweetened, grass-fed or isolate types for better digestion. No artificial sweeteners or fillers. Store it in a dry, cool cabinet with the lid tight. Use within 3 months once opened. And if you ever feel wasteful when there's powder stuck in the bag, mix the last bit with water and use it to water your plants. The leftover minerals won't go to waste. They'll nourish the soil just as gently. Whey isn't about chasing six-pack abs. It's about giving your muscles the clarity they've been missing. The signal to rebuild, to stay strong. So if you've ever felt like food alone isn't enough anymore, maybe this is the missing piece. And speaking of missing pieces, the next food on our list is one of the oldest healing greens on Earth. Let's go there next. #8. Spinach, the leaf that powers your blood and bones. It's soft. It cooks down in seconds. It disappears into soups, omelets, and smoothies. But spinach is anything but weak. For centuries, this humble leaf has been part of healing traditions, used not just for flavor but for recovery, rebuilding, and strength. Spinach is packed with nitrates, natural compounds that improve blood flow. That means more oxygen reaches your muscles more efficiently. And that means faster recovery, better stamina, and stronger daily movement. It's also full of iron, critical for making hemoglobin, the part of your blood that carries oxygen. No iron, no fuel. You might eat well, but still feel tired. Spinach helps fix that, quietly, naturally. It also contains magnesium and calcium, two minerals that support muscle contraction, nerve function, and bone strength. And here's something most people forget: vitamin K. Spinach is one of the richest natural sources of it. And vitamin K helps your blood clot, your bones stay dense, and your heart stay steady. Now when you buy spinach, look for crisp leaves with no yellowing. Organic if possible. It wilts quickly, so store in a container lined with a dry paper towel and use within 3 to 5 days. Got leftover stems? Chop them up. Sauté with garlic for a quick side dish, or save them to add fiber and flavor to homemade broths. Even the rinse water, if you're not using any soap, can be poured over potted plants. It's clean, enriched, and it closes the loop. Spinach may not look like much, but it feeds your blood, it supports your bones, and it makes your muscles feel lighter, fresher, more alive. So if you've been looking for a way to put more strength on your plate, this leaf might be it. And now, we arrive at the final chapter of our 10-food journey. A dish brewed slowly, filled with warmth and wisdom, and quietly powerful in ways most people overlook. Let's go there next. Bone broth, a cup full of healing and history. Sometimes, healing doesn't come from eating. It comes from sipping, from slowing down, from feeling something warm move through you, like a memory, or a quiet promise from your younger self. I'm still here. That's what bone broth offers. Not just protein or minerals, but a kind of nourishment that feels ancestral, like something passed down in silence between grandmothers and grandsons, between mothers and mornings. Bone broth is rich in collagen, glycine, and proline, amino acids that help rebuild connective tissues, your joints, tendons, ligaments. It's the structure beneath your muscles, the silent framework that keeps you standing, reaching, living. As we age, these tissues wear down, they stiffen, they creak, and sometimes they ache in places we didn't know had names. But bone broth supports them, not with force, but with warmth, with patience, with time. It also helps seal the gut lining, improving how you absorb nutrients from other foods. It's like preparing the soil before you plant new seeds. When choosing or making bone broth, look for deep color and gentle clarity. The longer it simmers, the better. At home, you can slow cook leftover bones with onion skins, carrot tops, celery ends, bay leaf, black pepper, parsley. Let it go low and slow for 12 to 24 hours. Strain, sip, or freeze in ice cube trays for later use. Don't discard the strained out solids. They can be added to compost or buried at the base of your garden beds to enrich the soil quietly. A warm mug in the morning, a soothing sipper before bed. Bone broth isn't just old-fashioned, it's wisdom made liquid. It reminds us that recovery isn't loud, that healing doesn't rush, that strength can be gentle. And now, as we come to the end of this list, let's take a breath. You've met 10 simple, powerful foods that speak to your body in a language it remembers, even if it forgot how to ask for help. But your body hasn't given up. It's still listening, still hoping, and with every mindful bite, every caring sip, you are answering back. I still believe in you. 10. Edamame, the green bean that keeps giving. They're small, they're bright, and they usually show up next to sushi. But edamame, young green soybeans, are one of the most underappreciated muscle foods for older adults. Each little pod is loaded with plant-based protein, the kind your body can absorb easily and use for repair. Just 1 cup of edamame provides nearly 17 grams of protein, plus vitamin K, folate, and antioxidants that keep your cells young and inflammation low. But the real magic is in an amino acid called arginine. Arginine helps open up blood vessels, improving circulation to your muscles. That means better oxygen flow, quicker recovery, and less soreness after movement. It's like giving your muscles a gentle massage from the inside. Now let's talk culture. In Japan and Korea, edamame is more than a snack. It's a tradition. Served warm with a pinch of sea salt, it shows up at family dinners, temple meals, and even in bento boxes packed by loving hands. It represents care, balance, and nourishment. Want to enjoy edamame at home? Choose frozen pods with no added salt. Steam or boil for 3 to 5 minutes. Sprinkle lightly with sea salt or sesame seeds. Enjoy warm or chilled as a snack or salad topping. Leftover pods, toss them into compost or let them dry and place around garden plants. They naturally enrich the soil. Edamame reminds us that strength doesn't need to be loud. It can be bright, simple, and full of joy. So if you've made it through this list, you now hold 10 powerful foods that can help rebuild your muscle, restore your strength, and revive your energy at any age. And now, before we close this journey, we invite you to be part of something bigger. If you've eaten 1 or more of these 10 foods, we want to hear from you. Comment below using the numbers 1 to 1. Tell us which foods you've tried and how they made you feel. Did spinach surprise you? Did bone broth comfort you? Did tofu give you strength in unexpected ways? Your story might be what someone else needs to begin. Your voice might inspire a neighbor, a friend, or a stranger across the world. Share this video with someone you care about, especially if they've been feeling tired, slow, or unsure lately. Because we believe no one heals alone, and no one gets stronger without a little encouragement. This is Wise Living, where every small choice becomes a gift for tomorrow.